Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be doing my makeup from start to finish, including my skincare routine. It's going to be a fairly long one. I've chopped it down as much as I can. We are going to be doing a chatty, get ready with me. I'll be talking you through which are my favourite products, because I've applied all my favourites to my face today because I've got a very important dinner tonight. And we'll talk you through what I'm using, why I'm using it, and a little bit of a life catch up, you know, all that good stuff. So I really hope you enjoy, and stay tuned for next week when I will show you how I got my hair so full of volume and looking this fabulous. So stay tuned, ring that bell, and I will see you next week. But for now, let's get into the tutorial. Here we are, barefaced from start to finish. So I'm going to show you my skincare. I'm going to just play some music over top of it, speed it up a little bit because it can be quite boring. As you could see by the B-roll, I do have a few steps that I do. It doesn't take long and it sinks in immediately, but the thing to remember is if you're going to be wearing makeup, your skin needs to be good. I do a full facial once a week, usually on a Wednesday with Keely. I follow along with Wellness Wednesday if I have all the stuff. If not, I'll just make something up that's similar. And I also use the Elemis Tri-Acid Peel twice a week, just to kind of exfoliate my skin before I put my night cream on. I always do it at night time to give my skin a chance to repair overnight. So your makeup will not look good if your skin is not good. Don't get me wrong, I have some texture, I have a little bit of discoloration and stuff. My skin isn't perfect, but it's really healthy, it's really hydrated, and for makeup, that's what you want. So without further ado, guys, let's get into the video. So first of all, I'm going to use a face wipe. I do get a lot of hate for my face wipes, but this is just to take off anything that's left on the skin from my shower, just to freshen up a little bit before I go in with my toner. And that's it, real time. That took 5 minutes. I timed it on the timer here. It was 4 minutes 54 seconds. So 5 minutes from start to finish. As you can see, I sprayed my face with the toner. I put the essence on when my skin was still quite damp to give it a chance to really go in. And then I put the oil on top of that just to sort of lock moisture in, and my skin doesn't feel oily. You can see it doesn't look slippy, it's just really hydrated, so that now my skin is ready for makeup, which is amazing. So I'll just get my makeup out, set it all out, which takes a couple of minutes just to give it a bit of extra time to soak in. And then when we put our makeup on, we will have a lovely canvas for the makeup. So with this video, I've been asked to do it lots of different ways in the past, and I'm sort of thinking I'm going to combine the two. So we're going to have a little bit of a catch up, a bit of a chin wag whilst I apply makeup, and tell you what I'm applying, why I'm applying it, all that stuff. So primer, as you know, I was a die-hard Becca backlit primer fan. That's now been discontinued. I have a backup, but I don't want to use it just yet. I'm trying to find some other things that I might like. And this one just kept popping up time and time again, so I thought I would try the mini version, and I absolutely love it. And it's the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. This is a really thick balm, which kind of put me off initially. I don't know if you can tell the texture from that, but what you have to do to get into it is I sort of use my finger and kind of get it out like that. I use about so much. And then it's really lovely. It's got a beautiful smell, and although it's very thick, it doesn't feel it. And my skin's oily, so I was really concerned when I first tried it, so I wanted to try the mini one, but actually it goes in straight away and it does leave your skin so nice, and it's a perfect primer for makeup. Primers I've always used because foundation, if you use foundation, it just sits on top of it well. It covers up any lumps and bumps. It kind of refines the skin, makes it a slightly smoother canvas than just putting foundation straight onto your skin. So there's the close-up. I have a slight slip to the skin, but nothing crazy. I absolutely love it, and it smells utterly divine. And it's foundation time. Always give it a shake. This is the Dior Forever Matte Foundation. That's not matte, it's more satin. I really wish they wouldn't call it matte. And I put 2 pumps, 2 and a bit for luck. This is going to be a long day, and I'm going out tonight. So that's my colour. I am colour 2N at the moment. I usually do 2W, but I've never been so pale in my life. Need a holiday, guys. We need a holiday. And I just kind of dot it everywhere so that I can blend it in. And what I've been doing to blend it in recently is I've been using the Bobbi Brown Full Coverage Face Brush, and then going over the top with a beauty blender just to kind of smooth it out. I'm just going to go and get my mirror, and I will come right back and blend. With this, I just kind of blend it into the skin and then stipple at the end. When you're stippling, you're basically pressing it into the skin just so that it really gets settled on the skin and doesn't come off easily. So you're just basically stippling is just pressing. So initially I went into buff and then I stippled. This brush is magical. I absolutely love it. I've used it now for about 2 years or so. Not all the time, but recently, over the last few months, I've really been reaching for it. So now, because I do have my bit of pigmentation here, I do go in with a bit of concealer. And you know which one it is. It's this one, the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer. So what I do, I just get a bit of extra. It's a really good match for this foundation. Put a bit there, bit there. And then I'm just going to stipple it in with the brush and then go over everything with a beauty blender just to really make it seamless. what the Beauty Blender does, it kind of just makes everything look a little bit airbrushed. It kind of gives you a bit of extra coverage, and because it's damp, it kind of makes everything look a bit more natural, because sometimes foundation can look quite heavy if you apply it, but this just makes everything look so great. So love the Beauty Blender. Now let's powder. So again, I'm using the Collection Lasting Perfection powder in Banana. It's got that yellow tone to it. Gives me a little bit of colour, because sometimes translucent powder on me can look quite white. It's like you've got white cast over your skin. This is what it looks like in the pan. So I use get my brush. This is the Real Techniques powder brush, and I use the lid to sort of decant the product into. So I get the brush and then just kind of, doing this one hand is not good, tap it into the lid, and then I'll put the thing down, and I kind of just push the brush into it all. Don't use very much, and then I just kind of dab it on my skin. You will see it go absolutely everywhere. This is why I have to do this before I get dressed in any capacity. I've always preferred a loose powder to a pressed for setting foundation, because I think it looks more natural because it's a lighter application. And I don't know why, I just could never put a compact on my skin after I've applied foundation, because your skin is slightly tacky, which I don't enjoy. So this is the finished look. Now we're on to eye makeup, my favourite bit. This one was not a hard decision. I didn't know what to show you as far as eye makeup goes, but you know what, I'm just going to stay true to my favourites, and I've chosen the Natasha Denona Glam palette, because since I bought it a month ago, I have worn virtually nothing else on my eyes. I was going to go for Pat McGrath because I am going for dinner later, and I would have wanted a bit of glitz, but I'm not sure. Let's see, shall we? It might just be a very much a kind of last minute decision, but I'm just going to go for it anyway. So we're going to go for the Colour Tattoo in Bad the Bronze as a eyeshadow base. As you know, I use my cream shadows as a base for my makeup, because I find that the product sticks well to them. It gives you a tiny bit of colour. It's just the way I like to do it. Apply it on and then pull up to where your sort of eyeshadow crease is, because that's where the shadow, if it's going to crease, it will crease in the crease, obviously. You don't want any product to break up. So put that on your finger. On. And pull up. I'm only gonna, when I'm doing my eyes, oh no, I'll say I'll do one at a time, but that's not really very good, is it? We'll just chat through it. We'll have a little chat. So put that on, pull up. As you can see, they end at the same place, just here above the orbital bone line, which is probably just over where the makeup will go. We are going to go Natasha Denona because it's just so great. So it's my very glamorous setup there. You're on top of a pile of books and a shoe box, because I am not that much of a professional YouTuber yet. So these are the colours we're going to go for. I'll kind of show you as we go through which ones we're going to use. So I've used this palette pretty much all week, so I'm just going to use the brushes that I used in the week. So what should we? No, let's use some clean ones. Let's be better. I don't know. Decisions. Right, this is the transition shade, which just goes above the crease. So we are going to we're going to be good and use the one that says transition, which is this kind of bone colour, I want to say. And I'm just going to pop that here and blend like a windscreen wiper. So tonight's dinner, we're going for a curry this evening. When I say we, me, my mum, my dad and my other half. I don't know who hates that expression. I hate the expression other half. We're not married, so I can't say my husband. If I say boyfriend, I sound like we're about 14. It's just a bit stupid, isn't it? So and if I say partner, people think I'm gay, which I don't care, but when they see Stu, they're like, oh, he's not a girl. No, he's not. So yeah, so we're going to go for a curry to celebrate that my dad is now cancer free. He got the all clear in end of January. It was 2 days before my birthday. Literally best birthday present ever. So because obviously he had lots of chemo and stuff, he wasn't feeling 100% for a while, so we left it for a bit, and now he's fighting fit and he wants his dinner, so we're gonna go. So now on the lid we're gonna be a bit rebellious and go for the outer eyelid colour. I do love a bit of shimmer, and this colour, it just lays down so beautifully. I mean, look, seriously. It's not a good way to do it, Kath. There we go. And that colour is just insane, and I love it. So I should sort of lay it down on top of the eyeliner, the tattoo, what's it called? Eye tattoo thing. I just kind of pat it in. Some people like to do their foundation after their eye makeup, which I kind of get, but for me, I know these colours don't drop. I know that I'm not going to get any fallout, so I'm like, yeah, do the foundation first, why not? So there we go, so far. Now, we're going to use what should we use? The smoke colour here for the outer corner, to kind of dab here to really put a bit of a shadow there, and then pull it halfway across the eye, and this will give you the look of like that smoky eye. And I sort of pull it up a little bit. The reason I'm looking down on myself is because I've got hooded eyes, so if you tilt your head up ever so slightly, you get the smoky look where you want it. So you see my eye creases here. If I drop my eye there, you can't see it. So if I hold it up and sort of go above the line ever so slightly, then you still get the smoky bits. We're going to blend it out in a minute to make it more smoky. But I take it to like there. I don't take it any further in. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Dab, dab, dab. Now for some reason I always have more issues on this side than the other side. I don't know why. Who knows? There we go. So yeah, buzzing about my dad's treatment and everything and how well it went. God bless the NHS, because without them, we'd all be screwed, wouldn't we? Let's face it. Yesterday, speaking of things like yesterday was April Fool's Day. You will see this ahead of in like a week's time, because tomorrow's video is already done. So yesterday was April Fool's Day. And I always play a prank on Stu, and I was so busy at work, I totally forgot. I had a photograph of a positive COVID test, and I was going to send it to him and say I've got COVID, just for a laugh. I'm not sure it would have gone down too well, so maybe somebody up there was thinking, no, don't be an idiot. Right, so I'm going to get the brush that I used the other day to sort of blend. I'm not going to put any extra colour on it just yet, so I'm just going to blend these together and sort of then move this in more into the centre, you see. So it's not laying down a thick colour, but you do, in the blend, you get the darker smoky look. And as you can see now, it's gone over that line because we're smoking it out and bringing it up even higher. You don't want to put loads of colour on one place. You want to be able to put a tiny bit of colour and then blend it out. Makes sense? Goody goody gumdrops. So yeah, that's what I'm doing tonight. And this afternoon I need to do my nails. Please don't look at my nails, they are horrific. And it's really irritating because tomorrow I'm going to have to do my cleaning at some point in the afternoon, and it'll just ruin the nails. And I'm like, well, that's annoying, but I can't actually go out for dinner looking like this with chip nails. It's just not my jam. Because people that know me, they're like, oh, let's look at your nails. And they always just, my mum always grabs my hand. So if I have chip nails, she'd be like, oh my God, what's going on? Because I do get my sort of, I might say call it glamour, but the way that I look after myself, I totally get that from my mum. Like, she's impeccable all the time. There we go. Now we're going to do eyeliner, and this is where you can laugh at me because I'm gonna look insane doing my eyeliner in this mirror, which isn't even a mirror, it's just a phone. This is the mirror and I can't use it, so interesting. I'll see you in a sec. I'm armed with my favorite eyeliner. This is Obsidian by Hourglass. Insane gel eyeliner, and I love it. It is a twist up. Once you twist it up, you can't twist it back down. So if you do get one, don't go mad and twist it up too much. So I twist it like 2 or 3 times. You can kind of see how much you need. Oh, it's run out. Oh my God. I've got loads more, don't worry. But that has finished. So that is how skinny it is. Completely skinny. This might be enough for one eye. There's definitely not enough there for 2 eyes. So I'm gonna attempt to do this in this mirror. I'm just gonna do the one eye and I'll come back with both eyes done, because trust me, you will not want to see both eyes being done. It's painful. I don't worry about how messy it is, because I have a flat brush that I use to smoke it out, which is how I like to wear it. So we'll do that now. As we are going out tonight, I'm going to use Lash Line from the Natasha Denona palette here over top of that eyeliner, just to give it some extra staying power. So I'm just going to use my same mini brush and just kind of dip it in. And this is a kind of cream to powder. See how it looks a bit more solid now than that one. That's going to stay on all day, all evening. I'll take whatever's left on the brush along the waterline before I go in with my eyeliner. So I'm just going to pull this down a little bit. Just kind of go on the line there. After my eye issue the other week, well, last month, so delicate now in my eyes. So if you didn't know, if you still didn't see my last videos, I'm not allowed to wear contact lenses anymore, because I had this thing where I wore my contact lenses. Let's do bronze while we're discussing this. So bronzer, let's just talk through quickly and I'll go through my eye business. This is Stone Street by Bobbi Brown. Absolutely love this bronze. You'll look at it and be like, that's not bronze, that's powder. Trust me, this just gives me a little bit of extra colour that I really, really need. And I use this amazing little brush. It was £5 from Boots. I just go along the temples and suck in my cheeks a little bit. I just sort of contour a tiny bit with it. So with my eye, I took out my lenses one night. During the day, I felt like they were getting slightly irritated, and it can sometimes happen. You might get a bit of glitter from an eyeshadow in your eye, or you might get like something in your eye from the, just the day, just walking around the street or something, and it can rub against your contact lens and you just kind of get a bit of a gunky eye. So when I got home, I took my lenses out immediately because I didn't have glasses at work. And during the evening, it got worse, and it just kept being, it felt like I had an eyelash in my eye. Don't worry, I'm not gonna, it's not gory or anything, there's nothing gonna freak people out. But basically, the next morning was a Friday, and it didn't get any better. Overnight, when I woke up in the morning, my eye was red raw. I didn't take any photos, annoyingly, but it was so red and so veiny, and it looked absolutely awful. Look at that. So I went to Boots Opticians to try and get an appointment, and thank God they had a cancellation. Brows. They had a cancellation, and they saw me, they gave me the most ridiculously thorough eye test. I'm so grateful for them. And they sent me to an eye hospital, but they had to give me a referral letter, which they couldn't do there and then, because she sort of has the last hour of the day to do her referrals. So I had to go back at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I went to the hospital the next morning, and I had the crap scared out of me, because they were like, oh, do you need to go to work on Monday? And I was like, I'm not having an eye operation. There's no way. And he gave me some antibiotics. He told me not to wear lenses anymore, sent me on my merry way. And this week I had another eye test after the antibiotics and everything. I had another eye test to check everything. I had the 3D scan behind the eye and everything's fine. So happy days, but your girl was shook. So no more lenses for me. So there'll be a video coming up soon about my glasses collection, how I wear my makeup and all that stuff. But for now, brows. Let's talk about them. Hourglass do the best brow products. I'm sorry, I love Benefit, but when I have the money and when I can, I always go back to the Hourglass. This is the Arch Brow Micro Sculpting Pencil, and I'm using the shade Warm Brunette. It's super skinny and it's amazing. So I'm going to bring you right close and you'll see my brow. I'm going to do one brow and then do the other one off camera because it would be too long. But you know by now, if you see me for a while, you know by now what I do. So I fill in hair-like strokes here, that line, the last line of brow, because I'm still growing them out. 90s brows, don't do it. And I just kind of fill in the front a little bit. Just, they're good now. I've got good brows now, but they're just a little bit sparse. They're fine like the hair on my head. So, you know, fill that in. Go along. That's it. Now, I might actually do the other one to show you. Turn this way. So where I've got a big gap there, I just kind of fill that in. Hair-like strokes, very fine. I hold it right at the bottom of the pencil to give myself the least pressure to apply. I kind of need to do this. I've got some strays, but don't look at those. We can ignore those. And do that. And then this one I just kind of fill in there. Top a little bit. I want to keep them looking natural. I don't want them to be like really in your face. So I'm just going to close that up. And then over top, I use, in the same shade, Warm Brunette, I use the Hourglass Arch Brow Volumizing Fibre Gel, which has a lovely comb, a flat side and a thin side and a comb side. So the flat side I use to just bring up, and it deposits like the volumizing stuff, deposits that in the brows, that makes them look thicker, and I just push that down. My brow routine is a lot less complicated than it used to be, guys. This used to take me ages when I had no brows, but I think they look good now. They look natural, they're thick enough, you know, let's not make a thing of it. Mascara at the moment, I'm using Pat McGrath Dark Star Mascara, and this is a little travel size I bought in her last sale just to test it really, and it's really good. The brush is great. It's got some really grips the lashes. So I'm going to turn so you can see. I'll bring you right in. So you start right at the base of the lashes and pull up. Right at the base, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. If you do your mascara at the top of the lashes, you just get clumpy lashes. Nobody wants that. So that's that. Usually I use two mascaras, you may have noticed in previous videos. I do not with this one. I do not need to. So this could be a new fave. Who knows? Pat McGrath, she knows what she's doing. We've said it before. Just turn. And that's it for the eyes. Not bad for 43. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Blush. Let's talk about blush. Favourite blushes. Pat McGrath blushes are the absolute nuts. Because we have the brown eye, no, I've already got my lipstick picked out. So I'm going to do this sort of amber shade. Now, my pet peeve with blush. If any of you watched The Apprentice, the thing that annoyed me the most on The Apprentice was Brittany doing like a red lip with a pink eye, or a pink eye and an orange lip. No, no, no. If you're going to do this kind of natural look, the blush needs to match the eyeshadow, guys, always. So I'm going to get this one, pop that there, smile, dab, 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 and then blend, blend, blend. I like to blend up. Look at that flush of colour. God, we love Pat. insane. Like literally looks amazing. I'll add a bit on my nose to sort of make it more uniform. And I use a big bit of this brush to sort of blend it down so it doesn't look heavy. Now highlights. I'm going to use the same highlight in this. And I have this very fancy brush that I bought in the Zoeva sale, which took me a little while to get used to, but I really like it, a little fan brush. So I just get the highlight, run the fan brush along it. Ready, ready, ready? Pow, look at that. And I sort of just like to pull it down a little bit. I mean, stop it. Right. And that highlight is a joke. Bit of the nose. I kind of hate the end of the nose thing, but I don't know. With this, I kind of feel like I want to put it everywhere. I get so excited. Then I'm going to get this big fat end of the brush again, blend it all together. Woohoo! Ready to disco. Love. Oh. Final step, lippy. Just finish this look off for the lippy. I'm still loving Mocha by MAC. This is the same orangey shade as the blush you may have noticed. Straight from the bullet, no muss, no fuss. It's a matte satin lip colour. But if you see what I mean about the blush matching, do you see? Orange, orange, nude, brown. If I wore a pink lip with this look, it would look so out of place. But it's all uniform, it all makes sense, which is what we want. We want it all to match from top to toe. So guys, that is my finished makeup look. I will come back shortly once I've done my hair, which will be next week's video, and then we'll have the completed look. I really hope you enjoyed this makeup talk through, get ready with me, tutorial, whatever you want to call it. And I will see you in the next bit.